Welcome back. We are getting in breaking inputs as far as Chandigarh's mayoral polls are concerned. The hearing, remember, is finally over. The Supreme Court was hearing this entire matter, and the Supreme Court has now declared that these polls of the Chandigarh mayoral election were invalid, and the Supreme Court has said that the presiding officer has unlawfully altered the entire course of the mayoral election, and the court has further said that it is evident that the presiding officer deliberately defaced the ballot papers. Remember, the apex court had also asked for those ballot papers to be brought before it and had checked those. For more details, let's quickly go across to Arunima, who's joining us with the latest. Arunima, could you take us through what have been the observations of the apex court?
So right now we have the order, the final order from the Supreme Court. So let me take you through those. First and foremost, what the Supreme Court has said is that the Aam Aadmi Party candidate for the mayoral elections, Kuldeep Kumar, is the valid candidate. Second, it has gone on to say that Anil Masih, who was the presiding officer, that must, Anil Masih must be given a show cause notice, and he should inform the Supreme Court. He should rather come out and clarify to the Supreme Court why he should not be prosecuted. He's being accused of not just playing with the democratic process, the way he allegedly defaced the ballot papers and declared valid votes invalid, but then, as per the CGI, went on to repeat the felony inside the Supreme Court as well. So that's a great charge against him. On that plea that the entire electoral process be set aside, what the Supreme Court has said is that if you set aside the entire election process, then it would be, further blow to the process of democracy. Instead, the process of counting, that's where infirmity has been found, and therefore the process of counting should be revisited. So the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress alliance will come out and call this a huge political victory. Kuldeep Kumar, the petitioner, the Aam Aadmi Party candidate for these elections, must be breathing a sigh of relief.
Absolutely, and it's interesting that you highlight that the court has now in fact questioned the process of counting, having said that, then that also goes on to indicate that the election has not been declared as null and void, and that it will be those 8 ballots which will be taken into account, which also makes Kuldeep Kumar perhaps gives him a second chance at winning.
Yes, at least the Supreme Court is saying this on record that Kuldeep Kumar is a valid candidate. Now, we do know that the Bharatiya Janata Party has claimed defection of 3 Aam Aadmi Party councillors. So where does the number really stand? That we'll have to wait and see. But as ballots that were cast on that particular day, the 8 ballots that were declared invalid, leading to the Aam Aadmi Party Congress joint candidate Kuldeep Kumar losing the mayoral election, those 8 votes have now been considered valid. What the court has also gone on to say is that under Section 340 of the Code of Criminal Procedure, where the court makes a complaint, so it's a court ordered prosecution, what the Supreme Court has said that is a fit case is made out for initiation of proceedings against Section 340 CRPC against Anil Masih, the presiding officer. Registrar Judicial is directed to issue a notice to Masih to show cause as to why steps should not be initiated against him. So the court is down heavily on the presiding officer. He was seen in the video that we are also currently seeing. That video was reviewed inside the court in court number 1 where the hearing was on, and then the court has come to this final conclusion. So it's a big blow for Anil Masih particularly.
All right, Arunima, stay on with us. I'm also joined in by Pankaj Kapahi from Network 18. In fact, let's quickly go across to Pankaj. Pankaj, क्या जानकारी मिल रही है आपको? अब अनिल मसीह काफ़ी फंसते हुए दिख रहे हैं. हमें जानकारी दे सकते हैं कि कोर्ट का क्या कहना है as far as अनिल मसीह is concerned?
देखिए, अनिल मसीह के खिलाफ सख्त टिप्पणियां जो है वो कोर्ट की तरफ से की गई और कारण बताओ नोटिस जो है वो अनिल मसीह के खिलाफ किया गया. 3 हफ्ते में जवाब देना होगा. इसके साथ साथ बड़ी खबर ये अपने दर्शकों को बता दें कि जो आम आदमी पार्टी के याचिकाकर्ता थे सुप्रीम कोर्ट में, कुलदीप कुमार, उनको मेयर बनाने का फैसला सुप्रीम कोर्ट की तरफ से किया गया है और साफ तौर पर कहा कि जो 8 वोट कैंसिल की गई थी, ऑफिस जो अधिकारी थे अनिल मसीह, वो गलत तरीके से कैंसिल की गई थी. उन 8 वोटों को काउंट किया गया और 20 वोट मिला के जो है आम आदमी पार्टी के मेयर जो हैं वो अब कुलदीप कुमार होंगे. उनको सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने जो है मेयर बनाने का फैसला जो है वो किया गया है.
All right, so that is the big breaking story that we are bringing for all our viewers, that the Supreme Court has declared that Kuldeep Kumar be appointed as the mayor of Chandigarh. This is the big breaking input that we are bringing to you. In fact, let's quickly go across to Ananya Bhattagar, who's also joining me on the phone line. Ananya, so the big takeaway right now for the day is, of course, after as Supreme Court has declared that those 8 votes be taken into account, and as Arunima Sharma was also highlighting that the apex court has not questioned the entire election, but has in fact questioned the entire counting procedure, and they've said that democratically it is the counting that should be the focus. So do shed light on how now the Supreme Court has in fact changed this entire political battle.
Well, definitely the Supreme Court has not even raised a single question when it comes to, that by-elections taking place. Just the part where, the results were being declared and the counting of votes was happening is something that is said to be invalid just because of the actions of that particular presiding officer, Mr. Anil Masih. Very, very, very clearly and categorically it has been stated that he has acted against his post, against the ambit of law that is there. And very, very clearly and categorically, he is somebody who is liable for action against him, and that's the reason why the topmost court of the country has issued him a show cause notice as to why action should not be taken against him for A, making a false statement before, in fact, the topmost court of the country, and secondly, for compromising the whole electoral process by way of his actions.
Absolutely. And on that note,